Well, it's Facebook Friday with Dr. Gordon and Lynda here coming at you from Southeastern Fertility.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. But guess who's on call this weekend? Lynda. But guess who's going to be here with you tomorrow?
Dr. Gordon.
Me. So it's Friday, but it's not really Friday.
Not really.
It's really like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right, it's really
Exactly.
Wednesday. And it really is for me Wednesday because I'm off next week. So really it's like Wednesday, so then Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And you've got
My
like a 5-day
Saturday,
weekend.
Sunday is really, yeah, exactly, 5-day weekend, right.
So if you're not here, I can
You
maybe
just do whatever you want while the cat's
not
away, the
come
mice
in.
will play.
Nobody will
Exactly.
notice, right? If I don't
Exactly,
come in.
right. So, do you know what I hate?
Having to search for your nurses?
No. No. I hate losing stuff. My kids hate losing stuff too. I do. It drives me
I'm just so
crazy.
used to it. I just accept it.
I hate that. And you know, we were at the House of Mouse going back a couple weeks ago, and my wife actually lost this baseball cap that said Clemson on it.
Oh,
It's her
really?
favorite cap she likes to wear when she hikes. And you know, our daughter Susanna is thinking about Clemson, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's like an omen, you know, the Clemson cap went away. But she was just I think just left it, just on the hook in the restroom, and then went back and it was gone. Okay. And it's just, it just kind of ruins your day when you lose something,
sure.
right? It just does, right?
Especially something like that.
Exactly, right? And she really liked that hat. And so, now Disney has pretty amazing customer service. And so when you go, they say, hey, you can, put your stuff in. Say, if online, you can put a thing about my lost item, and you describe your lost item, and they send back an email saying, we can't find your lost item. And a couple days later, send another email saying, we still can't find your lost item. And
That's pretty nice.
I know. And then they send an email saying,
we gave up.
Finding your lost item, right?
Yeah.
Then we got another email that said, we found your item.
Oh, wow.
Serious?
Yeah, and so
Wow.
so then like yesterday or the day before, it arrived. They mailed it back to us free of charge, and
And
we got our hat back. It was her hat, it was the right hat, and we got it back. It's
That's just
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, so Disney customer service, I mean, if you're running a business, emulating Disney customer service is really the way to go, right? I mean,
Sounds
really,
like it.
right.
Yes.
So that's sort of, the idea of losing and finding, lost and found. I mean, that's, that's sort of the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, right?
Okay.
So it's like,
Wait, see where
just
you're
like
going with this.
Amazing Grace, right? Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. For once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Exactly. There you go. Lost and found, right? Lost and found. Now, for those of you who thought there'd be actually some useful medical information this week, that may not happen. But no, I mean, I do want to talk about some stuff, but just in this roundabout way. So let's talk about lost and found. Okay, so our patients, I think, sometimes feel lost.
Yes.
Right? They feel lost, right? So they basically lost. So I said, okay, lost. So they feel, I think they feel lonely.
Yes.
Right? I think they feel overwhelmed.
Definitely.
Right? Right? They feel stressed. Stressed out. Right? And they feel traumatized. Right?
Like all the fans are
Trauma.
feeling right now.
Traumatized. Right. So what is he going with that? Okay. So I mean, it is hard, right? Something from a fertility standpoint, right? Lonely. I mean, finding a community that can help you. I think that's, online there are a lot of, fertility communities out there, which is helpful, right?
Yes.
Then they do feel overwhelmed. I think it is overwhelming, right? And sometimes patients take upon themselves, like, I'm going to be my own doctor. I'm going to figure this out. And then they even get more overwhelmed and more stressed out, right? And stress is tough, right? Have you ever had acupuncture?
No.
Yeah, so I had for my shoulder. I mean, so I think sometimes they ask about that. We like, Sarah Prater over at Tennessee Reproductive Acupuncture.
Yes.
Sarah is great. And, I think there's something to it. I think that, de-stressing with acupuncture, if you can do it in a way that doesn't stress you out more, right? If it becomes something else on your plate and you're overwhelmed, that's a problem,
Then
right?
drop it.
Right.
Get rid of it.
And then traumatized. I think, some patients, I mean, we don't want people to feel traumatized. They feel sort of that they're, they're not being listened to. I'm really worried about this, I'm concerned about that. They want to feel free to sort of explain what it is that they are trying to seek. I think that's part of it, right? And so for some patients, they just want one child. They're afraid to say that because they're being told, well, you can't do IVF, you only want one child. You have to be willing to fertilize a lot of eggs and things like that, and that's not
true.
That's not true. But here it's not true. But there are clinics that say no. That's our protocol is you must fertilize all the eggs. So I think that there is the ability to have that discussion. I think it's really important. And Dr. Keenan's always practiced that way, and it's a joy to come here and work with him and know that that's okay. That's an okay way to do it. So that's the lost, right? So that's the lost side. So then the other side is, then they say, hey, I say, how did you come to it? I say, well, we found you on the internet, usually, right? So let's talk found.
A lot of patients.
Right, so found. Okay, so found. So this is, I think, friendly, right? I mean, could you have a more friendly person than Lynda?
No.
I'd be right?
Clearly not.
And Christy at the front desk, and Taylor at the front desk, so friendly. I mean, so friendly to our patients. I mean, nobody wants to call a fertility clinic, right? Nobody wants to go to the fertility clinic, right? And so you go to the fertility clinic, and then somebody's not friendly. You're like, why am I even here? I didn't want to be here in the first place, right? I mean, so anyway, I feel bad about that. Okay, and then
I feel like all their staff are very friendly.
Right. Organized. Some weeks, some weeks more organized than others.
That's true.
Right. Now my hat's off to Lynda. Okay, Lynda navigates the satellite patients better than any nurse I've ever known. In this clinic, because we do so many of the national embryo donation transfers, NEDC transfers where these patients are around the country, all these are satellites. They're all at different clinics. They're all in different time zones.
The country.
And so Lynda and Kaylee have to track these results down, and it's just, I mean, in my former practice, we might have one or two a week that were satelliting elsewhere. I mean, you've got scores. Okay, you have patients who are getting ready to start, patients who are in the middle of the cycle, patients who are waiting their pregnancy results, and patients who are being tracked now that they're pregnant.
And now you know why that look of horror crossed my face when you said, let's do transfers every month.
Yeah. Well, just wait till we do them every week. Okay.
Beth hearts that, by the way.
Right. So organized,
and Bethany says good morning.
We're trying to be organized. Okay. And Bethany, that includes doing a Zoom consult with you soon. Okay. So then, all right. Unwavering. Right. So some patients say, well, I want this treatment, and you're going to give it to me. And we say, well, that's not a treatment we did. They say, well, I want you to make an exception. We want you to do that treatment. It's not a treatment we offer. We're just not doing it. It's just not on the menu, right? But here are the places that offer that, and that's fine. But we're just not doing it. We've had that discussion recently too. And that's it's important to say that we have sort of a certain list of services that we are doing, and those are services we're doing. So unfortunately, if you need donor sperm, if you need donor egg, if you need gestational carriers, there are a lot of times that the couples need that, whether they're heterosexual couples or same-sex couples, and not on the menu. Those are not services that we offer for anybody. So we're unwavering in terms of our commitment to saying these are the services that we are pursuing. These other ones, you may need that, but here are some places that may be places you could go to do it. Okay. Nurturing. Okay, nurturing. What a nurturing staff. I mean, from Sherry doing those blood draws, and, Mary and Kaylee and you as the nurses, the front desk, Mark, LJ. I mean, I think it's a nurturing staff. Mel doing those procedures, right?
Yep.
Can I get that way? Yeah. Okay.
There goes a nurturer right now.
Nurture her stomach there. That's right. All right.
But don't forget the embryologist.
And I mean, the nurture. I mean, Sarah and Carol, like taking care of and talking to patients so much of their day. Like Carol spends so much time talking with patients, which is unusual. Some places the embryologists are like behind the curtain. And, you can't ever talk.
But I've never done anything other than this office.
Yeah, well,
in this field.
This office is a little bit different. So I tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then dynamic. You've got the dynamic Mark Mellier to go to all the incredible things. I mean, I mean, who knows what your dynamic duo will do next Friday when I'm not here. I'm not sure I should log on and see.
Okay.
I
Well,
wonder
I
about
know
that.
you didn't like it the last time.
I didn't, Allison said, my wife said, Lynda's gonna think you don't like it. I'm like I'm driving in traffic, I'm afraid I'm gonna crash the car. I can't tell Lynda how wonderful she is when I'm gonna crash the car. So anyway, yes, I'm sure I will.
It's like, I'll
There's
watch
nothing
it.
that Lynda does that I don't.
Yeah, it was
love.
good.
It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, so that's today's episode of Lost and Found, right? Lost and Found, like lost in space. Like lost in space.
They were never found.
They were never found.
Except all day.
That's right.
We digress.
That's right. Yes, we did. All right. Well, that's all we got for you. I'm sure that there was nothing of value there for you. You totally wasted the last 12 minutes of your life. I'm sorry, but it was free, so I guess you can't get a refund, right?
Guess not.
All right. Well, this is Dr. Gordon and Lynda saying, have a great weekend, and think of us while we're in the office this
That's
weekend.
right.
That's right.
Yes.
Hope the rest of the world has a good weekend.